Everybody knows milk, but not everybody knows that milk is a typical example of a colloid. Here I want to show you how we can make cheese and yogurt out of milk. When we look at milk under the microscope, we can see tiny jiggling objects. Scientists call this dance Brownian motion. The tiny objects are fat globules produced by the cow. They have been broken down to smaller sizes by a process called homogenization. What we cannot see under the microscope are even smaller objects that perform an even more rapid dance. These nano-objects are made out of proteins and called casein micelle aggregates. They are very important when one wants to make cheese out of milk. To understand this process, we now focus only on these protein aggregates. When the pH value of the milk drops, for instance by adding acid or by the biochemical action of bacteria, the protein aggregates begin to clump together. By concentrating these protein clumps, we can get solid cheese. Now, yogurt. To make yogurt, we begin with the same starting material, milk. This time, however, we first heat up the milk. The individual proteins don't enjoy this process. The heat forces them to change their molecular arrangement, a process called denaturation. In my slide, I indicate the denaturation by changing the color of the protein aggregates. Now we cool down the milk again and then do the same as before with the cheese. We decrease the pH value of the milk. The protein aggregates clump together again, but this time they build up a different structure. This time the structure is not dense as with the cheese. Instead, it forms a branched network of protein clumps which we call a gel. In fact, the denaturation has changed the surface properties of the protein aggregates so that they can only stick to each other at certain sites of their surfaces. They have become patchy colloids. The resulting gel is now much more fluid than the solid cheese and gives yogurt its unique texture. To prove to you that I'm not telling you a fib, here you can see two pictures obtained with an electron microscope showing the structure of cheese on the left and yogurt on the right. The cheese is really densely packed, while the yogurt is much more fluffier, with many voids filled with water.